That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dave Mo Flips. You already know what it is. Check this out. It is Monday. No, wait a second. That's Monday. It is Monday. A real YouTuber would start all over. But a motherfucker like myself, just let that shit ride. Anyway, check it out. Let's get into it. What did we sell? Guys, I have a lot to go over with you in terms of what we sold. Taking it one car at a time. I want to get my printout going just so I can be better with it. Anyway, we sold, and you guys probably never even seen it except in other videos. I had purchased a 2006 Volkswagen Touareg. The car had about 130,000 miles on it. The seat was ripped up. I think in one of the videos I showed you that the climate control was messed up and the AC compressor was messed up. So this truck was weird. It gave us a hard time. So I spent $1,500 for it out the door. All right, $1,500 out the door. We ended up fixing the AC compressor twice. One was DOA and the other one was whatever, it was fine, $70, right? I had the seat reupholstered for $200 and the little AC control unit, one of them was DOA and the second one was it also worked. But it's a common thing with these Volkswagens that on the digital ones the numbers don't work and they're just like real finicky. Volkswagen and European cars, German cars, generally speaking, they leave a lot to be desired, guys. A lot to be desired. There are a lot of guys that won't even sell them. I'm a gambler, and I will sell them. What I won't do is make my whole inventory those types of cars: BMWs, Mercedes, Volkswagen, Audi, Mini Cooper, all those types of cars. As much as I love them, there's just too much going on with them. Too many sensors, you know? It's like the difference between a, let me think here, like a GMC Yukon or a Chevy Tahoe versus a Cadillac Escalade. They're all the same trucks, right? The Escalade just has so many more options and sensors to go wrong. It's a pain in the balls. For me, it's just a pain in the balls. I'd rather just drive around in the Tahoe. Or really the Suburban, you know. Meanwhile, I sit here driving a Volvo every day, right? But anyway, back to the moral of the story. $1,500 for the truck. Drove it from Fort Myers. Leroy and his wife picked it up for me. They drove it from Fort Myers, so we knew it was road worthy. Compressor, $70. AC thingy, another $60, and the seat was $200. So what are we at? $130, $330 plus. So roughly $2,000 with everything, right? So the AC still had an issue. It would work when it wanted to. So check this out. If I took out the climate control unit and put it back in, it would work fine for like an hour. If I disconnected the compressor and reconnected the compressor, it would work for like an hour. So I you know, Leroy was like at a loss, like, well, I don't know what that could be, you know, because you would think an electrical issue somewhere along the lines, but usually it would be one or the other. You disconnect this and give power to it and it starts to work for an hour. Okay, so we can say it's here. But you did the same thing up front of the compressor and then it was there. So it was just a weird situation. Seeing what they were going for in the area with that mileage and that condition, and ended up looking like they were going for about $4,900. So I was like, you know what? Let's just put it up for $35. I'm in it for $2. As long as I don't lose money and we're able to be honest, let's just get rid of it. So put it up for $3,500. Someone calls, and you know, the salesperson, and it was in the ad, you know, the AC's just not working. I don't know what's wrong with it. You got to take it to your mechanic. So the person came, took the car to their mechanic. Their mechanic loved the car. They said there was only one sensor wrong with it, and that the AC is going to be an easy fix. I don't know if maybe they know something that Leroy does not. I don't know if they're just blowing smoke up their ass. They don't realize how difficult those cars can be. I don't know. Bottom line is, the mechanic told them for $3,500 I would jump on this car. They came back and they said, we will pay you $3,500, the full asking price. No negotiating, no anything. So yeah, duh, fucking take that. Does this happen? I feel like this is a reoccurring thing. This doesn't happen all the time. This doesn't happen all the time. And then the next video that I come out with, I'm like, this doesn't happen all the time. Motherfucker, you keep saying that in every video, that means it happens all the time. But guys, I promise you this. It doesn't happen all the time. Like, very rarely do you get someone who just walks in there and says, yeah, we're going to pay full price for a car with no air conditioning after they take it to the mechanic. This is probably the only time that someone has taken a vehicle to the mechanic and the mechanic not just rag out the car. Keep in mind, guys, normally I do not allow my cars to go to the mechanics. I have no problem with the buyer bringing a mechanic to the lot and having the mechanic check it out on the lot. I actually encourage that. The reason why I don't, there's a few reasons, but one of the main ones why I don't allow a potential buyer to take the car to the mechanic is because if it's not their mechanic and they're paying for an inspection, right? High-end cars have it, like a PPI. And that's basically what they're doing with cash cars. So they're taking it to the mechanic, and a mechanic's job, okay, is to repair cars. You can't repair what's not broken. So you start picking out every little fucking thing that's broken with the car. It's gonna need brakes in 6 months. That's not my problem. The alternator belt looks worn. That's not my problem. Oh, the AC doesn't blow as cold as it should. Is it blowing cold right now? Yes, that's not my problem. Motor and transmission. Does it run and drive? Like like the mechanic's trying to be a fortune teller? Well, I'd say this car's got about 6 months. What are you basing that on? Well, just the way, get the fuck out of here. Believe me, if you had that power, you'd be not a fucking mechanic. You'd be a fucking somewhere making millions, okay? So for me, I don't like doing that. And then they had to pay like $110 in my area to have a PPI or have a mechanic look at it, okay? PPI is just pre-purchase inspection. Like I said, a lot of higher end vehicles, you get this done to. For instance, say you're buying, you know, VinWiki, or Speedster Rob, whatever the fuck that fucking spaghetti motherfucker's name is. You hear him saying it when he's selling his vehicles, because usually they're selling their vehicles to people that are in a different state. So they'll end up taking Lamborghini to Lamborghini and paying for this, and then they get a full report, and they'll negotiate from there. Cash cars, if the car runs and drives today, you're gonna, you know, that's just what it is. There's no warranty. Just take the car and go. But you know, you're spending $2-3 grand. What do you want? So anyway, yeah, the mechanic fucking, it came, I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. So anyway, guys, long story longer, we made $1,500 on that car. It doesn't happen all the time. What an asshole. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. Sold a car without air conditioning. It was a nice looking car. As a matter of fact, I had it in my driveway. I don't know if you watched the Boys We Boys video, but I had it in the driveway here, and when I was doing the headlights and taking out the fender spot, my neighbor had came up to me and asked me to purchase it. I make it a rule not to sell vehicles to anyone that I know. In those circumstances, what I'll end up doing is I'll just make my referral fee. I'll hand them off to somebody else, or I'll charge them $500 to take them to the auction and let them do their own inspection. I don't need my neighbor telling my other neighbors that I fucked them on a car that I had no idea anything about. So that's just how I handle that. And I'll make a whole nother video about that and how to go about doing that. It's definitely frowned upon. You know, I'm name dropping like a motherfucker, but Flying Wheels, that guy, I really dislike that guy. I don't know why, I just do. He's got a whole thing like, oh, well, dealers shouldn't do that. It takes away. You want to go and ask a doctor to do surgery for free. You know, the truth of the matter is, doctors write scripts for their friends all the time. It's just what happens. If someone's your friend, you know, you make the bare minimum, if nothing at all, and you do the right thing because you can help them out the same way they can help you out if they can. One hand washes the other. You don't always have to make $1 million on every fucking deal. You know what I mean? That's just how I look at it. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't think me bringing my cousin to buy a car and get a good deal is fucking up the whole thing for everybody. I don't think everyone that does that is messing it up. You know, just do it. To me, like, that's what I can bring you to the table. You know? So, anyway, with that being said, yeah, I ramble like a motherfucker. $1,500 profit. No AC. Doesn't happen often. I said it. As always, take care of yourselves. Take care of your loved ones. Guys, have a great time. Make some money. And tell me your story.
That's my best friend. That's best friend.